Prime Minister John Key visited Gisborne yesterday. Speaking to the Gisborne Herald during the visit, Mr Key said tourism and jobs will be the government's key focus for the region.
The challenge is always going to be around those two things: getting enough skilled staff to maintain the jobs you've got, because you're still importing quite a lot of staff. When you go down to Rafti, most of the specialist medical staff there were from overseas. So presenting those opportunities to locals and for people coming back. And I suspect that's replicated around a lot of other things. And secondly, getting you really on the tourist map, because I think you have to, in a way, you almost have to know about Gisborne to come here. You're not on the way to anywhere, and that's both part of its charm but also part of its challenge.
Mr Key pointed out that Gisborne will be the forefront of events to mark the 250th anniversary of the first meeting of Europeans and Maori in 2019.
Celebrations that are going to take place here, 200 years, are really going to put Gisborne on the map, because they'll be at the forefront really of the celebrations of Captain Cook. So I would have thought it would be pretty good for Gisborne.
It was also necessary to help businesses maintain their presence in local community to make sure skilled employees were retained here.
I hope that firstly there would be core industries here which are at the sort of cutting edge and real reasons to attract people to want to return to Gisborne or come to Gisborne.
He picked out Gisborne's Riversun Nursery as an example of a world-class business.
I mean, they're dominant and they're leading, and they've got the right, I think, approach, both in terms of servicing New Zealand, but also in terms of even the environmental issues that they're pushing. So I think in the first instance you want to see that. Secondly, we want to make sure that not only just the economic outcomes, but the health and welfare outcomes for New Zealanders are in better position. So there's no secret that Gisborne is a place of reasonably high deprivation. It's had lower levels of education outcomes than, say, other parts of the country. I do think that you're seeing improvements. We're certainly seeing far more youngsters in early childhood education, far more youngsters coming out with higher levels of qualification. But we've got to get to the point where it doesn't matter whether you're living in Gisborne or you're living in any other part of New Zealand, the educational outcomes and participation rates are the same. We're definitely making improvement there.
Mr Key dismisses accusations from Labour Party's Sue Moroney that the national government has forgotten the regions.
Their level of political support doesn't indicate that's what the regions think. I mean, for a start off, just sheer investment. You're seeing that in everything from ultra-fast broadband schools and hospitals and rolling that out around communities, as well as the rural broadband initiatives that we're rolling out.
Mr Key said he was optimistic for the outlook in Gisborne.
While you've had a higher level of unemployment, nevertheless that unemployment is coming down, and some of the factors that are driving growth, those opportunities are just as real here. So very low levels of interest rates with very high levels of business and consumer confidence is presenting real opportunities here.